The curriculum this year, is it better than last year?
Well, it's still a little bit difficult to say. It's better in that the children, I think, are more involved, especially in things that they want to do, in choices and things. But I guess as far as results-wise, it remains to be seen at this early stage. We're talking academic results.
The kids are definitely engaged, but they were engaged last year as well,
That's
weren't
right,
they? So, yeah, we'll probably be able to answer that one better on later on in the year.
Yeah, when you do the literacy monitor again, you'll
Because
have your
the parents
results
said
to
that
compare.
literacy wasn't actually part of the curriculum, they were just learning off that literacy and that.
The literacy we still carry out as a separate subject as well, but we try to involve it to a degree in the developmental curriculum. So,
which they're getting more of it then, so they're not only getting it in the classroom, they're getting it in that session.
and they're getting it in the context of things that they're doing,
Yeah.
so it's got a bit more meaning for them.
It's truly integrated then with the literacy, the numeracy and the sort of social studies and the sciences and everything all in there, you know, based around those hands-on activities.
Day-to-day activities.
What is different in the curriculum and what things are better than last year?
I think what Cheryl said before, the fact that it's child-centred is really good, so the kids have some choice as to what they're doing and so they can sort of choose which activities they prefer to go to. Whereas with our curriculum, our integrated study stuff last year, it was pretty much the whole group was learning about a topic and everybody was doing the same thing. So there's that flexibility there and that choice there. And it also means that you can do lots of activities on the same topic many different ways. So like you saw today with the Play-Doh and the construction and the making flags and the writing about it, and there's heaps going on.
Whereas some of them might get one thing done, whereas some of the students will get 3 or 4 things done, which is, you know, it gives them a bit more of a choice then. And it also gives them a chance to interact with one another and get to know one another, not just the students in their own grade, but in the other grades too. So they've got that real, you know, that connection there between all 3 grades.
And I think that's been a huge thing this year. The kids all know the 3 of us, so instead of just having one adult or one teacher to form a bond with, they've got 3 teachers, and we know all of the prep kids, whereas you sort of know a few names normally, wouldn't you? But you know all their personalities, the things they like, so it's kind of, you get to know the whole group better.
It's catering for their individual needs more too. And as Kerry was saying, them getting to know us, I think we've got the opportunity to get to know them better on a more informal basis. We can actually sit down with individual children and talk to them about what they're doing, and it, you know, they're more open with us, and we're getting to know them on another level rather than just teacher-student sort of thing, you know. It's been really good as well.
What did the children achieve out of this program?
Lots of things.
Definitely oral language, just the interacting with other kids, the talk that's coming out of it, getting to know each other children better. You know, kids that they may not have known at the start of the year or had much to do with, they can actually sit down with them and they chat away, you know, like they're really good mates sort of thing, you know, they can talk about the things they're doing and
share their ideas.
And we really got to know each other really well from the other classes as well.
I think the kids have got freedom to work at something that's at their level. Those kids who are really creative and artistic will find a way to come up with ideas, and they really flourish. Like there's a boy in Carol's room who's very creative, and he'll look at things and copy them and make them, and then a lot of the other kids follow his lead. So there's lots of sort of entry points for kids at different levels.
And that's where the multiple intelligences comes into
That's
it.
exactly
You're allowing them to explore their dominant intelligence in a way that they're still achieving the results as the others are, but going about it in their own way.
And the strength too is that their learning's coming from one another as well. It's not always directed by us. Sometimes we're there at the group explaining things and focusing them or extending them, but the kids can work alongside one another and say, oh, how about we do this, or what do you think about that? So they're learning from each other as well.
Just by observing other kids and seeing what they're doing gives them some ideas as well, and makes them feel confident to go and have a go at things, because there's no pressure on them that they have to do this or they have to do that. You know, they've got a of choice and they're willing to have a go. I find, like, you know, at the start of the year, a lot of kids wandering around, looking, thinking, will I, won't I? Now they get in there more and they just get in and have a go. They're not worried about what anyone else thinks, or if they think they can do it or they can't. They watch others do it, so they have a go at doing it.
There's an opportunity there for everybody to have success as well.
Definitely.
Everyone can produce something or come up with something, no matter what it is.
No right, wrong answer,
exactly.
or way of doing it. It's been really good like that.
And going on from that oral language as well, because we've been basing a lot of what we've been doing around a theme, the vocabulary that's coming out of it as well, the way they're discussing things and terms that they're using for, you know, animal parts or different types of habitats and that sort of thing, they've come a long way with that too. They're coming from very basic language to really exploring a whole new vocabulary too.
So they're learning a lot by doing.
Yeah.
And it does transfer into their literacy and their numeracy activities later on, which is great.
What skills do the children gain from the curriculum while they are learning?
It's a very broad
it is,
range again, isn't it?
Yeah, we were just saying, probably just the ability to interact with others a lot easier. Confidence, building their confidence, having a go. Just even their fine, gross motor skills. All their different activities, the colouring, the cutting, making, constructing, lots of skills.
Because a lot of the activities are based on different kinds of skills. We have threading, which is your fine motor skills. Then we have your collage, which is your cutting and your pasting. And then the Play-Doh again, which is fine motor skills. And construction and other things gives you other skills. We've got things for dress-ups and role plays coming up in the next term. So there's a lot of different skills depending on the activity that they get out of it.
And that will focus their oral language skills as well. You know, the role play, the interacting with others. So there's a lot of scope in there for improving oral language.
Which is really good.
And their social skills, just getting along with others.
Getting along, cooperating, sharing, just all that, you know, waiting your turn, not having everyone flock to one activity. They know, oh, there's a few people there, I might do something else and go back to that later. So, their time management and that sort of thing too.
And packing up and...
And also their ability to learn to make choices. You know, they're not being directed. It's up to them to decide what they're going to do.
So they're self-monitoring in a way too, aren't they?
Has the new curriculum improved good punctuality and regular attendance due to the new curriculum?
Well, at this stage, I don't think it's made a lot of difference. I still have a few absentees and that are sort of an ongoing problem anyway. And, you know, there's a couple of lateness still happening. So at this stage, to be honest, I couldn't say it's made much difference. Unfortunately.
The children are excited about the
They
curriculum.
love it.
They do. They're really, really positive towards it, which is great.
But I guess there are other factors to consider for lateness and absentees. Exactly, it's not